If you get to, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Rough goings for both these teams. Arsenal, because they lost. Liverpool, because they almost lost. They could have lost with the many opportunities that Arsenal had. Sorry, it's beyond me that Arsenal ended up throwing this game away, which is what they did. But Liverpool did what counts, which is scoring. But they struggled as well. They struggled a lot in this game, I'd have to say, because look, if one of the many opportunities that Arsenal had gone in and it would have been 1-0, you would have heard the same criticisms that you're hearing right now about Arsenal being said about Liverpool. And Liverpool are no joke. They're not some mediocre team. They're a really good team, and they're sitting up on top of the Premier League for a reason. So there's no excuse. Even with Salah, you could argue that, Salah wasn't playing. No, this is Liverpool. They should do better. They should definitely do better. Now, Arsenal, they did good. It's just they didn't do what Liverpool did, which is score. They just can't score. I think what's happening right now, that them not being in form, like they were last season, I think that's just part of football. That's normal. They're just struggling with scoring. They're just struggling with finishing. And some of these players, like, don't even get me on Saka. This game was just infuriating to watch this man play. My God, man, I just don't get it. I'm never gonna be on board with all these commentators and fans and these statements about him, this boy wonder, the pearl of Arsenal. It's just unfounded. It's just so unfounded how it's embarrassing that this guy doesn't have a right foot. He's a professional player. He has no right foot whatsoever. He struggled so much to get a center in for his right foot. And credit to him in this game that he tried to take it down the line. Instead of doing that little cutback that he's known for, he actually tried to take it down the line. But boy, did he struggle. He struggled so much that I said, you know what, just keep doing the cutback, because you just can't. You can't shoot with your right. You can't center with your right. It's just bad. That free kick that he ended up just like kicking it outside. What the hell is that, man? Why? Now you could say it happens, right? I get that. It does happen from time to time. And him having a bad game, this one game, it's not the end of the world. But he's just so consistent in having these not horrible games, but just mediocre games. And yet I turn around or I watch something, I tune into something, a channel, a comment that's just praising him. Why are you guys praising him? And to me, it's just that phenomenon that since there's no great player, there's not like this, player that sets the bar at this point in time, even though I think there is if you look hard enough, that you're left with. And then again, if you're a fan, obviously you're going to support him. And I think that's great. You support him, but the man struggles so much. He has no right foot. Well, what do you want me to say? And he had opportunities in this game to be able to do better. Maybe not even to score. There was opportunity for him to score. Not really. Things were tight. Things were kind of hard. You didn't have like a clear opportunities like Havertz had. And then you have Havertz. You have someone like Havertz that he had two good opportunities to be able to score and ends up, I don't know, I like that he's calm, and you have to be calm. I like how he's really grounded, but dude, you're beyond cool and grounded. That's something else. It's like there's no life inside of you. It just looks like he's very aloof, and I don't want to go as far as to say that he doesn't care, because I'm sure that's not true either for soccer, for anyone in both these teams. But a little bit more life force in it, when you're shooting the ball. Could be the placement also, but let's just go with he could have done better. All right, those two opportunities that it was Odegaard that ended up passing him the ball, could have done a lot better. Then the header also that he had, just very soft, and he made contact with it, so points for that. That's something, I guess. But you got to do better, because he was in the 6-yard box. You're in the 6-yard box. You got to do way better than that. And the team needs you. He needs you. He needs you to score. But then on the other side, you have Nunez also, another header. I think it was an Elliott center corner kick, and also makes contact, and also in the 6-yard box. So it's not just Havertz. It's not just soccer, right? The one that I will say had a really good game, but just he can't do it all by himself, Odegaard. I've noticed in the last several games, he gives his all. I think all of them do. but it just on some of them you could tell a little bit more than on others. And I always do say about Odegaard that, if you were to man mark him like one on one, like just like white on rice, you nullify this guy, you cancel this guy out. But regardless of that, he had a good game. He was the one that was creating passes. He was the one that was creating plays. But again, he's not that caliber player. He's not that kind of player that's gonna take you, all the way to the end. He just that doesn't mean he's a bad player. That doesn't mean he can't be crucial to a team or important to a team, because I think he is. I think they all are when they're having good games. But yeah, he's the only one that and Rice just eats the field up. Yeah, Declan Rice. But Odegaard, I feel for the guy, because you see him sometimes, he was like lifting up his arms, like can't you see him, like to play the ball quickly, and just he's trying, he's struggling out there all by himself, and he just doesn't have that help. So it's really infuriating to watch Arsenal play, because they play so well and they just can't break past that third line. They just can't break past, and sometimes they look devoid of any ideas, and something's up. I know they're missing Gabriel Jesus, but still, you gotta do a lot more than that. Martinelli came in, and there were a couple, I think just a couple good runs that he had against Trent Alexander-Arnold, but that was it. After that, they didn't do anything else, and it was surprising because I can't remember the young kid that came in for Liverpool. I thought when he came in, I thought Martinelli was going to just run over that kid, and I don't think it's his fault, but he wasn't getting enough balls to be able to do that. So yeah, it is depressing. I don't think it's a cause for panic either. I think they'll adjust it. In their next match, or maybe in the transfer window. Do I think they should buy someone? They should get some. I think they should either get rid of, which I don't think they will, of Havertz, or just bench them and eventually get somebody to cover that place. But I don't think it's a cause for panic. I think as long as they're not in 10th place, I think they're doing just fine, and I think they will do just fine. I don't think they're going to win the league at all. If anyone has a chance, more of a chance, it's Liverpool. But even then, it's going to be hard. I mean, seeing them how they're struggling also to make plays, they missed also opportunities to be able to play. I mean, let's be honest, they didn't create that many plays, and they should have. Again, with those players that they have, Diaz, Nunez, right? They have McAllister. McAllister kind of just also very slow at times. I like that he gives the game a little bit of a pause, but dude, you're a little bit too sedated, too quiet for my liking. Again, I thought they did well. I thought they did okay. I'm just frankly not happy with the way both these teams attack. They just lack ideas. They lack imagination. They lack skill, like that eliteness, that greatness that other players have, and I'm not talking about all of them having that same level of, eliteness, but there has to be one that takes over, and then everybody gets kind of injected with that same, it just rubs off, it rubs off. Not everyone has to be a Messi, not everyone has to be a Cristiano Ronaldo. And then again, you have someone like Odegaard that was kind of doing that for Arsenal, but the other players are just not clicking. They're not going along with what he's doing. So yeah, really, really sad. And look, good for Liverpool as well. A really good goal from Diaz towards the end. That, not to mention the own goal from Kiwior, I think Kiwior. But Diaz's goal was nice. That was really nice. That was a really nice goal, and the way he shot that ball. But yeah, and then Ramsdale. I don't know why Ramsdale had a really good save from Diaz, a shot from Diaz. But Ramsdale should be starting. Like, I know he's not perfect, but I can't remember him having that bad of a season, or a questionable season that he needed to be subbed, that he needed to be benched over Raya. Raya's been struggling. I think he's been playing a little bit better as of lately, but you gotta play Ramsdale. I mean, I'm sorry, you gotta play Ramsdale. Ramsdale was doing a fine job. There was no reason to bench him. I do not get that move. But then again, I don't get why Saka is even playing in the first place. Or why Saka, at least, okay, he's going to have a bad game. I'm going to end this with Saka. Saka had a bad game, but take the man out because he had a bad game. Take the man out because he's not doing well. Take him out and put somebody else in, He needs to come out, and rarely, if any time he comes out, there's so many games as of lately that he needs to be out. He needs to be benched. Like, take this man out. I don't know what the problem was with not being able to take him out. So yeah. So again, frustrating game. Yeah, I love the way. Look, I love the way Arsenal play. You know, from the back all the way to the middle and then towards the front. But then there's no idea. They look so stifled to be able to penetrate that box and to be able to create clear chances of scoring. Liverpool were struggling as well. I know a lot has to do with. I don't want to put all the blame on Nunez, but Nunez makes them look so sometimes inept. You know, and I like Nunez again. I prefer Nunez over Havertz. You know, even though they're not playing the same position, but it boggles my mind that this guy's a center forward and he's just not really contributing, not really, and just struggling as well, just really struggling to be able to create any kind of chance. He does not look lethal, does not look dangerous, does not look like he's going to score a goal. And that's another guy that needs to be, you know, off loan, that needs to be dealt with, you know, needs to be just dispelled with. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.